People are going back outside. Most states are opening back up. And you'd be forgiven for thinking that we've turned the corner on coronavirus, flattened the curve after Herculean effort. You may even be settling into this new life of masks and gloves and constant sanitation. And so, as life reopens around us, it may be tougher to stay home. But let me remind you of a somber milestone we're about to hit. 100,000 deaths in the United States from COVID-19. Millions more were or still are sick, numbers that are difficult to comprehend. In fact, 100,000 is about the capacity of some of the world's biggest sports stadiums, except these 100,000 people weren't out enjoying a game or a concert. They were living their lives until they died. Here's another way of looking at it. The front page of the New York Times names 1,000 of the nearly 100,000 lost. All these names represent only 1% of those who died. Think about that. Tragedies that involve big numbers are hard to wrap your head around. It's a coping mechanism to help insulate ourselves from the depths of pain that come with loss in that magnitude. For some tragedies, we find solace in connection only by personalizing them, like the body of a Syrian refugee child washed ashore, a baby girl who perished trying to cross the Rio Grande into America, or images of those lost in 9/11 and other terrorist attacks, or memorials of soldiers killed in combat. Seeing those faces or hearing those names allows us to connect with the loss. But in this pandemic, we often didn't see the faces of those we lost. We didn't see the pain of the families suffering from the loss of a life cut short by a virus over which we had no control. We don't see those fighting to survive on the ventilators in the hospital or in the ICU for weeks on end. A Siena College Research Institute poll taken in April found that 1 in 8 Americans said they knew someone who had died from the virus. It's a number that is only likely to increase. Here in New York City, where I am, nearly 46% of residents know someone who has died from coronavirus. Which brings me back to that number, 100,000 dead in America, and why it is just so hard to understand. But here's what we can do. We can continue to be cautious, mindful of our actions and our space. We can continue to put science and compassion above our own interests to protect the vulnerable. Let's remember the 100,000 souls lost, even if we didn't know them.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.